Now, another AI model and chatbot competitor would be Anthropic, which is another company which develops their own AI models, and they own and offer the Claude models, which you can either use through an API to embed them into your own applications, just as you can use the GPT models by OpenAI through that API to add them to your own applications, something we'll also cover later in the course. But Anthropic also gives you access to a chatbot that's based on their own models. And their models are pretty powerful. And I'll get back to a comparison of all these different chatbots at the end of this section. Now, to get started with the Claude chatbot, you will need to sign in. And once you did sign in, you can either sign up and pay to get access to the most powerful models, as it basically works for all those different providers, or you can use the base model for free. Here, you can also upload files, and those files are explicitly not just images, but could, for example, also be PDF documents, which Claude can then analyze for you. Now here, I'll start with the same prompt I used for the other models, and I'll ask about the NVIDIA stock performance. But as you can tell, I then get the reply that it does not have any stock market data past August 2023, at least at the point of time where I'm recording this, because indeed this model and this chatbot does not have access to the internet and does not have access to any search results, and it looks like the training data simply ended in August 2023. So that's the same problem you'll have with ChatGPT if you're not paying for the Plus version. However, one task where Claude is really great at is when it comes to summarizing documents. And for that, here on the Wikipedia website about aircrafts, I'll quickly save this site as a PDF. And once it did that, I'll upload it here as a document. And I'll then ask Claude to give me a summary of the provided document. And at least in my experience, that's something where Claude is really good at. It does typically give you very good summaries, and at least in the few tests I did with Claude, it also didn't add a lot of hallucinations to those results, which of course would be a problem because you couldn't trust those summaries if that were the case. Instead, those summaries tended to be really well, and that's therefore one specific task where I personally, at this point of time, really like to use Claude for. So it's a really powerful chatbot in general, and it specifically also excels at summarizing documents. Though I also want to emphasize that it's not just good for summarizing documents, it, for example, also does pretty well at tasks like code generation. As you can tell, it's also relatively fast. And in general, it's a great chatbot if you don't need access to search or web data, if you don't need access to current data because it doesn't have that access. And of course, here I'm just using the free version. Obviously, the paid version is even more capable and powerful. Nonetheless, this definitely also is a chatbot you might want to take a look at as an alternative to ChatGPT and those other chatbots.